Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Got to put my fidget toys down. It is time to stream. And those are loud on the stream. Good morning. Dot Mackie, 26 months. Let's go. Let's go. Olive Octopus Inc. with the raid. Thank you so much. What were you doing this morning? I'm coming in hot. I just logged on, so I didn't even see what you were working on today. Good morning. Hope everyone in Florida is okay. Yeah, lots of damage going through there last night. Hope everyone's okay. A few of the people I follow on Instagram, they were looking okay. You know, some trees down and some damage. All that stuff. So, yeah, let me know how y'all are doing if you happen to be here from the hurricane path, which I hope you're doing well. All good there. Good. Good. So we have a ton of Florida peeps here in the chat. Good morning, Murdoch. All good, Miami. So south and north, checking in, all good. We'll see if we get some of our Orlando peeps here. So yeah, what a mess. What a mess. All right, Momo, enjoy your lark. Hope you have a good day. Good morning. You painted and the fridge top is clear. Yeah. I think it's got to stay that way. Yeah, and you went to a Billy Bragg concert, so, I'd probably trade, so. Sorting color decks, cards that needed swatches, then talking about space while sketching some of the inks from the Colorverse Jupiter sets. Watch for auroras and comets and things. Nice. Hubby rode out the storm at a Hilton in Orlando as part of the TX Urban Search and Rescue team ready to help. Wow, that's amazing, Miss Cookie. Amazing. Climate change is for real. Zane's ads marked safe on FB. Good. How about you, Michael? Are you all good down there? So yeah, there's probably a lot of people without power, with a lot of tree damage. All good over there. Good. Yeah, send me the quiet one. I keep them, so I'm here. My keyboard's right in front of me. I keep them to the left side of my keyboard. So I literally just pick them up right here. This also means that I stole two from what you sent for the St. Jude stuff. So yeah, one usually stays right next to my keyboard, but I have to put it away when I'm streaming. So I put the baseball right there because it's quieter. Did you see the photo of the fellow that latched his house to the ground? I did. With was that real? Like with the ratchet straps or whatever those things are called, you know, where you tighten the thing, like the load on the truck. He had like 5 of those over the house. At least that's what the picture showed, if that was a real picture. My hair is bothering me this morning. Sorry, Chad. I assumed it was Photoshop too. It was funny though. It was hilarious. I did like that. And you know what? Not that dumb. Like, I've seen a lot of dumb things. That's not the dumbest thing I've seen, so... Good morning, JD lady. My girls each have one in the car. A fan, I keep one in each place you want to use it. Yeah. So we're already doing this now. Like, y'all don't see me fidget constantly. I just kind of have to. It was real. He was interviewed. He had 8-foot poles drilled down. Wow. So have they interviewed him? Have they interviewed him after? That's what we need to know. We need to see the post. That's pretty amazing. Too funny. Had them in footings. Crazy. Oh, I guarantee someone's ordering those straps. Like I said, that's not the dumbest idea I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe for like a different type of house that didn't have like a foundation and stuff that could actually be lifted. Like I'm not sure that's going to prevent like flying damage or things ripping off, but pretty crazy. 3 million without power. That is a total Florida man situation. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm in. that you had the wherewithal to make the footings first and like plan this out. There's a guy in a boat that refused to leave the boat now. Good morning, Ferret. Good morning, Crafty Becky. Yeah, the room has been painted. We're trying to keep the mess down. So today, when I'm done with stream, is all my mess that was up here and down here. I've got to handle all that. So that's the game plan for this afternoon or for after stream. We'll see. My 100-degree days here in Arizona don't seem so bad today. I think this is the first time this season I've had the windows open. They're probably gonna have to go pretty soon just because it's gonna get hot real quick, but it's been nice this morning. Please tell Mary Beth she did great. I have been blowing her up that she's done such a good job and y'all like it. What's up, Tina Tree? Oh, I got your name mixed up earlier. I was telling Thule that about the Billy Bragg concert, but it was you. The names look similar when I'm looking at them real quick. Sorry, Thule. Just noticed the white paint. Yeah, it's really nice. I saw a video of a guy with a really fancy sports car doing some super elaborate wrapping up his car in various plastic and rubber tarps and bags instead of just driving the car away for a few days. Yeah, right. What's up, Forest Cabin? Billy was amazing. Nice. The pictures look great, too, in the video. So, sorry, Thule. Toby is boss, too. Toby is sitting here, but the windows are open, so he can hear, like, the trees and the wind blowing. Did you see the pic of the new Cult Pens ink someone posted on Slack? No, but I saw Ree Wizzle's post with the skull in the bottle. That's pretty sick. Forrest, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Ree Wizzle's picture of the skull. Yeah, and it's purple, right? The ink is purple. I mean, that's pretty legit. Yeah. Sorry, Thule. Skulls for the Skull Throne. Purple with green sheen. That's a pretty good move. Thank you, Archeo. It is looking good. From the other angles, the skull looks like a molar. I could see that. You okay? Toby's really confused. Chameleon Shimmer. Nice. Well, I think I'm going to try to do Nightshade's the name. Tom Brady can't have it then. New room looks really nice. Clean shelf. I'm glad y'all are noticing the clean shelf because it was a disaster that I was avoiding. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll pick it up. I mean, we'll keep it cleaned up. Shelf could use a portal. So one of the things related to this cleaning is where the portal is. In the Closet of Doom is where all the pin boxes are. And if we're about to have an audit. So next week we're going to work on the audit here. Some of those boxes need to go. I like the new color, but now you need to adjust the white balance in the camera so you don't look so blue. So this camera is just a webcam. So I can play around with it, but I don't have like the fine-tuned controls that I do with like the desk cam, which is really, really hard to get right. So yeah, we can work on that. I can see what I can do on that. I should be able to do something. Flatbread is... He's right over... Oh, I see his hair sticking out. Yeah, he's over there. He's under my relay plaque. You're ready for your waffle win the other day? Good. I will ship those out this weekend probably, or maybe Monday. I was shipping Spoke stuff yesterday, and there was an order, and the address... I'm literally sitting there in the shipping department yesterday afternoon, watching the hurricane reports, watching the tornadoes go rampant over on the East Coast, and talking about weather warnings in St. Lucie. And then I pull up the next order and Spoke and was going down to St. Lucie. I'm like, I'm just going to hold off on that one for a minute and probably email them. Make sure we're good to ship because I don't want it to just be lost in the shuffle. So I actually sent some of the wins. Headful, I held yours. Naperville, and I actually forgot yours in here. I went to go ship yesterday, and I was like, okay, here's this next one to ship, and then I didn't make the trip back here. The place is so clean. It's like I'm zooming with my therapist. Probably need smell-o-vision for that too. We need some calming candles. We need some little bit of different mood lighting. We don't want it to be too antiseptic. We want it to be a little comfortable. But yeah, no, I'm liking it. I'm glad you like it. Hey, speaking of zooming with your therapist, isn't today World Mental Health Day? Maybe. Seems like I read that, but I didn't like double check. Hope you didn't have raised ticks. I showed my wife that picture this morning. That was crazy. We've lost the plug for the kitchen sink. Yikes. It will be cluttered in no time. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. I don't have a lot of faith either. It might be cluttered. Lego should put scent on the orchids. Nice. Nice. As a therapist, you'd think I should know that. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like I saw something I saw it from a UK friend, and then they said World Mental Health Day. But hey, every day here is Mental Health Day. You know how important that is to me. So for sure, I'm always open to talking and discussing that as someone who has their own struggles with that. So for sure. So yeah. Yes, World Mental Health Day. So yeah, we're always open to talk about that. You know, we're open and honest here about real life. Like, we're going to talk about pens, and we're going to do some writing today. But yeah, we just, we're always open. How do you usually prep inks for shipping? I was planning to ask a relative to buy some inks for me. So I will take these bottles or boxes or whatever. Gamma Gamma's back. We gave away one of his inks. My friend's a nurse in the UK, and they're wearing yellow for World Mental Health Day. She's afraid she'll look like a minion. So I'll take this, make sure the top's screwed on tight, and then I have these little bubble pouches that I pop them in, tape them up. So that's what I do, and then put them in an envelope or just kind of like that. Some people will take parafilm and wrap it around here, so it's like really light film that you can just like put around like tape, but it's not really sticky. It kind of sticks to itself a little bit. Just kind of seal this off, but just do the slightest amount of preparation for the inks, and generally like 99 times out of 100 you'll be all right. I don't strap them down. Yeah, I'm gonna start shipping the inks strapped down to like a notebook. Oh, you got your Mormon and pencils. Nice. Being here is part of my wellness toolbox. That's like one of the nicest things anyone could say to me. To be like, I'm not even joking. No cap. Yeah, I'm glad that we can come here and chill and have our mentals refueled. Right? Slay, right? Riz died out pretty quick, didn't it? I don't hear the Riz anymore. That was a one and done with the Riz. It had its 15 minutes and it's gone. I'm still capping though. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, should I do what I'm supposed to be doing? Oh, demure was a short one. Demure is just a hard word to say. Dr. Brad helps me get through the week. Heck yeah. I have a prescription for pens to get you, Boss Baker Chris. By the time Slangs gets to us old fucks... that too. It's no longer cool. You can buy an actual Skibbity toilet now. Whoops. So I do always test out the words with the kids to see which ones annoys them the most, and that's what we stick with, right? Because that's what dads do. Freudian slip, I guess. I mean, it's just facts, right? There should be a swear jar. The swear jar should involve like pens or charity or something. We need to like build that up to have it, make it official. Do like a charity swear jar. Except you'd make me want to swear if it's for charity. It's kind of whoops. Yeah, it needs to be more like a giveaway sword. It needs to be something I don't want to do. I want to donate to charity, so I would just swear to like add up the total because I'm that way. So it needs to be something else, yeah. Olive Octopus Inc.'s stream is becoming a really good reason to wake up early. So chill, so chill. So awesome. All right, I'm going to start writing, but we can just cut up and do whatever we want today, chat. I'm guilt-riddled by my project that I never finish. So I'm at least going to put some, I'm going to put some words down on a page. Do I still have that old doing command? Yeah. Exclamation point doing. I should have put that in the show title. So let me switch over. I am about to wash my desk mat since we were doing all the cleaning in here and the painting. Now is a good time to get that cleaned up. So no desk mat today. Be back next week. I just have to get it washed. So I'm handwriting this book. I am pretty much almost halfway. Just copying this book and by hand. So that's what it looks like. And like I started strong on this project years ago, and then I've just failed. Oh man, do I still have November? Okay, we can edit that. We can edit that while we're here. Edit. Edit. Brandon's copying. Yeah, what? Who needs goals? Goal. Stinking goals. We don't need any stinking goals. All right, so also, if you don't know, the author of this book is also a good friend of mine. Hangs out in this chat, writes for the Pen Addict. So Sarah pretty much rules. Do you have the info on which pen or ink is used on the pages? I do, except I've had a bad moment here. So this is a page I keep in the back on the page numbers, the pen and ink. So we'll just keep building this out as I go. I've realized that the last couple I have not but you know, that's why I like Olive Octopus and Apple Tater so much. It's like, you know, the goal is to show up, finish, be happy. You know, don't need a goal, just show up, do it. We have our scribble sheets also. Sometimes you need to prime the nib. So we keep everything we need handy with the book and the notebook. And then we have our blotter paper because we don't want hand oils as I write because it would mess up my fountain pens because I'm that way. So what happened here is I think I started doing something and then I got distracted. So this ink and this pen only has one page. And I usually do 4 pages, at least 2 pages per ink, sometimes 4, sometimes 2. Well, 3. So, but I'm 99% sure this was my Kaweco. This is my Kaweco Rose Studio with Diamine Royal Blue. So I'm going to write that down, even though I cleaned that pen the other day. I just need to write that down on page 87. I'm mad because I don't have it. I don't have that ink inked up right now. You know what? I'll write it in pencil, and then I'll come back when I do something close to that ink color. I'll do it again. So this is 87. So this is Diamond Royal Blue. All right, so we'll pick it up from here. Zodiac Penco, Bart, what's up? Hope you're doing well. This is not my journal. This is a project notebook of copying this book into it. So I need to. It would be cool. I'm not gonna put a date on it. Like y'all have known me long enough. I'm terrible about that. It would be cool if I could get this done this year, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's get to it. So what I am gonna do is use this pen. So this is the River City Penco pen. And I can talk and write at the same time, so y'all feel free to ask whatever you want while we're doing this. Spoke question, any idea if you'll be recycling Rody XLs with solid metal caps? Yeah, I mean, the short answer is yes. The follow-up is when, and that's a harder question for me to ask. We're trying to load up before the holidays and just kind of trying to get everything done. And it's always with manufacturing, it's a little bit slow and I can't give exact dates. The short answer is yes. Here's a link to those cartridges. They fit. Oh, good. Thank you, Slumberland Studio. Did you read the book first or are you reading it while you're copying it? I've read it first. Have I even read it twice? I really enjoyed this book. No, I've just read it once. I'm trying to think, did I read it once in hard copy and once in Kindle when I was traveling? I think I've just read it once, so I'm reading it again. I mean, I'm reading it again as we go, so I know everything. I wouldn't be able to do it if I hadn't read it first. So it was only that. Yeah. So this is a River City Penco. The new shape I've already forgot. I'm gonna put that. I need to click that link so I can save it. Okay. Cool. All right, I got that link so I can save it now. We'll do a giveaway here in a little bit. I want to get started on this though. Yeah, so this is how does someone going about choosing a book to copy? That's a great question, Dragon Drawer. Because I thought about this when I did it. I just want another XL and prefer the metal non-slotted caps. Facts. I'm kind of with you, Papa Leo. I don't have any of the slot models. They're not for me, or perf, but they do sell well. So when I was choosing a book, I wanted something I enjoyed. Something I'd already read. So like that already shortens the list. Something I already read. I wasn't picking a new book. Something I enjoyed that wasn't like overly intense or hyper detailed. Like David Foster Wallace. I don't think I could copy any of his writing outside of like a paragraph or a page. Just because it's really dense writing. So I wanted something not necessarily easy, but something clear, something fun, something with a story. And then I focused on the size. I didn't want to do, again, to use David Foster Wallace. I'm not trying to copy Infinite Jest here, right? I can't even read that book. I've tried. Maybe one of these years we'll try again, but like, I'm looking for something reasonable. It's something meaningful to me as well, right? This means something to me because my friend wrote it. I love her. I love this book. And at the end, like, I'm going to gift her this, like the finished product. Like, she might be, in an old folks home by the time I'm done, but that's another part of the goal, right? What am I going to do with this when I'm done? So that's to be the plan. So all of those little things added up to saying, hey, this is going to be the perfect book. Like, it's, 190 pages, not overly dense, a really good novel. But then, like, our friend Celeryman is copying Lord of the Rings, right? So, like, that's a big, intense book, but it's something they're very passionate about, and therefore it's fun. Like, so fun has to be pretty high up on the list. When you write, is there a purpose? Slowing down and practicing your writing skills, or is it like a marathon where the goal is just to finish? So it's twofold. The goal number one is to do it. Goal number one is to just physically do it. Goal number two is to go slow with my writing. I'm not in a sprint to finish, obviously. Goal number one, like anything else, is getting out of the bed, putting your shoes on, and walking out the door. That's goal number one. So anything after that is good. I do try to, as like a sub goal, but not a priority, I do try to do pens that I'm testing. I try to use pens that I'm testing, just to get a good feel for them and things like that. So that is a sub goal, but not a mandatory one. So, all right. So yeah, feel free to keep asking questions. I'll have my head down and look up pretty frequently. You know, I'm not in quiet mode. I'm not going to run a timer. I'm not doing anything like that. I need advice on cleaning a Homo sapiens pen. The carbon black won't clean off my ink window. Have you tried any of those ammonia mixtures? Like the pen flush and you let it soak? Like fill it, soak it. You can buy pen flushes, but you can make one at home too. Just gonna behind me. I saw the Nightmaster slide ahead. All right. Anyone else have any tips for Zodiac Penco? If I had your set of circumstances, writer, friend of a book I love, I'd annotate the hand copy with remarks and doodles. I sent them, when I finished the book the first time, I sent them a doodle of one of the characters, the main character. It's a young boy named Charlie. Can you get a straw cleaner on there? Mike asks. Like, the carbon black should come off that window. Like, I've had pretty good results cleaning carbon black, even if it maybe leaves a film. So I would think you would be able to clean this, but I'm not sure. Does anyone know the practice of morning writing as meditation? I mean, a lot of people just call them morning pages, things like that. All right, let me at least get these first words on here so I know where I'm at. Light ahead. So I don't try to like work on my handwriting or fix my handwriting. When Kimberly does this, she does do a particular handwriting style, either cursive or typewriter print. I just want to go slow-ish. I don't want to get in a hurry. So I'm not trying to like have perfect handwriting. I'm just trying to like, whoops, I hit my finger. I'm just trying to like go slow. And I don't worry too much about messing up. It's going to happen. Sometimes if I catch it in time, I'll fix it. Sometimes I just keep going. And if I miss your questions while I'm doing this, feel free to ask them again if chat hasn't answered them. So chat, feel free to answer all the questions. I know y'all always do. You're really good at that. This ink is Roaring Klingner. I did see your last email, Glyph. I'm excited. I was going to reply to you today just to see if you needed any funding for future purposes. So Olive Octopus Ink brings up a really good point. You also, in doing something like this, you get to use the stuff, and that's kind of cool too. So this ink is Roaring Klingner Blue Mare. This is a fine Bach nib, Bach number 6. No modifications, no changes, stock. So we have the windows open. You might be able to hear the wind. And Toby can hear the trees, so he's slightly borking to warn them. He's doing some warning borks. And apparently you can also hear me breathe. My nose is stopped up. Sorry. This is a dot grid notebook, yeah. Check your previous comment. Oof. That you bought a Sailor King of pen. I saw your Sailor King of pen. These dots are pretty faint though. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my angle or just kind of doing something weird. So it does cause me to stop. I will say I did nail the color of ink I wanted for this pen. The one directed at me, psh, I can't even reach my mouse right now. It's right here, but So I think copying this, unless you're gonna do something like almost like pure like educational, like super serious, I think just pick like a fun fiction book that really means something to you. Like I was thinking about doing 1984, but I think I would just end up being frustrated like copying that. It wouldn't be as fun for me, even though I love the book. Like this is more fun to me to reread. Or like really, you can just copy the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Like there's nothing wrong with that too. That's why I copy song lyrics all the time. So I've timed this before, and when I'm not talking and stopping and starting, it's almost 30 minutes a page. So this is not a quick, so don't think you're going to get this done quickly. Somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, depending on focus. Plus, I write small. If you write larger, right, you're going to fill more pages. So for every page I finish, we'll do a giveaway. So I'm at least going to try to do 2. I don't think I could do like a whole like silent run of a page where I didn't talk while I was streaming. But when I do this myself, and when I'm doing this, if I do this off stream, like I do do it in silence. Like I don't have anything else going on. I couldn't. That's too much. Hey, SD Redneck. Yeah, so I could probably do an A5 page in 20 minutes if I just like really focused, but it's closer to 30. Well, thank you, Hide It From the Wife. I always worry that it's boring. I mean, it is boring, but that's what we're here for. And really, this should be at minimum once a week. But I get distracted by other things. Oh yeah, why do you use the pink paper to rest your hand on? Yeah, hand oils. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I am a hand model. So if you notice when I write, there's two things that touch the page. Honestly, it's less this part, right? So when I'm writing, you have this hand resting here. This isn't too much the problem with how I write, like affecting the page. But if you see, I just did it while I'm talking. When I write, I always have my left hand's fingertips coming down the page as I write. So I'll end up with a section of hand oils here where the ink won't be as nice. The ink gets skippier in this portion of the page than in this side of the page. So it's honestly less this part and more this part because I get a lot more hand oils from the fingertips. I even like my scratch notes, I still put a piece of paper under. But you can see like just naturally where my fingers go when I'm talking to y'all. Like I can't help it. So I try to protect it for that. I wish I could find some of the pages that I've written that showed that drastically. I should save those. I just don't have them offhand. I should probably make some. It'd be easy to just do it. So blotter paper is really for if you have a wet page and you close your notebook to like absorb the inks, you know, like that. But I just use it for other stuff. You can use any old sheet of paper, paper towel. It doesn't have to be specifically this blotter paper. Like sometimes my hand touches this side of the page and that doesn't really affect it. It's this. And once I learned what I was doing, because I didn't realize it at first, and saw the effects that it had, I have never gone back to not using blotter paper for everything. Where am I? I do like using the Kindle as well because it's smaller and more compact, and I can prop it up here in front of me instead of having the bigger book. But this one, since I had the physical book, I wanted to go ahead and use it. But I have done some of this book using the Kindle just because I have a little bit more compact space. I also tend to put my legs underneath my seat when I write, which is very uncomfortable after a while. I don't have the best posture when I write. Also, I'm trying to do this under the camera. It's officially too quiet. The ink is Roaring Klingner Blue Mare. I can sniffle more. Bree Keen. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. So I played a game yesterday on stream, No Man's Sky, and I realized I don't have any of my bells and whistles, any of my alerts set up on the video gaming stream. I missed a raid. I was kind of embarrassed. It was fun. Thank you for the raffle spoke pencil. Good. I'm glad you got it. Can you check email this afternoon so I have an answer when I'm up? Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, as soon as I finish this page, we'll do a giveaway. And then we'll do another page. And then another giveaway. And then we'll see where we're at. How would you feel if you missed a rate of over 800 people gifted to you? I would feel terrible. I do. I very much want to like follow people. And thank people. Jersey Girl Andrea, 9 months of subbing. Let's go. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate it. We're just having a nice chill writing stream today. I've been meaning to do this for a while. It would be cool if we could do like a live thing. Yeah, that would be cool. So my handwriting does get worse at the bottom of the page just because like I'm falling off more. Sometimes I'll get another book and put it right here so I have a level writing space. I don't feel like I need it right now because my elbow's up. But that is one way. If you don't like the writing at the bottom of the page, get another notebook that's like the same level and flatten it out. Hey, Zane's dad. Okay, good. I'm glad y'all made it through. I always try to see how many blocks I leave, how many lines I leave open at the end. I do try to keep that consistent. All right. All right. Make sure someone in Florida wins a giveaway today. Many need to pick me up. Absolutely. Yeah, I saw those fountain pens. Glyph was at Kakamori yesterday. The real Kakamori. I'm not super compelled by them. I got to see them at Stationery Fest. They seem fine. They don't totally seem for me. Hey, Big Dave. 2 days in a row, no appointments. Let's go. Small sketch for Inktober done. What did you do today, Kiro Cat? Is there a reason for dot grid versus something lined? I just habitually dislike lined. But it was really, I would have done lined today, technically. True. I would have done lined if I had. It was more about the notebook and the paper in the notebook than the format. I would totally do lined if I had a good lined notebook that I wanted, but I don't use a lot of lined, so I didn't have many options. So you can see the faint dot grid on there, but you can actually see like some of the fibers in the paper. So actually the dots are so faint, you can see I get confused on some of the lines when they have like a like little paper fibers in there. But this is the Story Supply. What's this one called? I don't know if they make this anymore. Lined in general, yeah, is too constricting for daily use, but it would be good for something like this. I wouldn't mind it for something like this. I just really wanted the paper. It was more the notebook and the paper than the format, if you will, for this particular case. All right, so let's do a giveaway. Yeah, 1 page. Whew. Let's go ahead and write down the ink, though, before I forget. And then we'll, who knows, I'll probably do several pages here. So this is, I don't remember the name of this. I can come back and fill that. All right. So this is the log. I keep this in the back of the book of what inks and pens I've used. All right, let's do a giveaway real quick, and then we'll get back to it. Do I have any good notebooks? This will be a good notebook day to give away. Following a list by Spilled Ink, today's prompt was fairy. Nice. Like it, like it, like it. All right, if I've missed any of your questions, fire them away right now while we do this giveaway in the Destructo box of destruction right now. Friday night, nothing to do. All right, let's do a combo pad giveaway. So this is an A5 pad of eSleek writing paper. It's a very, very crispy, nice paper. I really like this. I have a pad of this for myself. I actually have some of it in one of my notebooks over here. This is a really fun vintage paper that Anna found, sold it on the well-appointed desk. eSleek right here. Let's see if well, when I get this giveaway going, I'll see if I have one. It's really, really fun paper, but like you can't really get it. It was just kind of like a one-off thing. And then we'll do this this square pad from Morimon. I really like the square pad format. So yeah, I don't know why it's called 3 feet, but it's a neat little pad. So we'll give these papers away. One person will win them both. And I'll see if I can find my eSleek samples. All right, this giveaway's open! Exclamation point waffle. Anyone can enter. Anyone can win. You don't have to be a follower, or a member, subscriber. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide. You must be present to win. Whoops. And you must email me your shipping address. Let me see if I have my eSleek samples in here or not, chat. Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to charge my headphones. Oh well. So, oh, it's not in here. I know where it's at. Try not to kill my camera, chat. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. I have too many notebooks already. Lies. It did used to live in that plotter. I mean, in that William Hanna, but I did switch it over to here. Let me see if I can find it. It's easy to find because it has a line across it. So, vintage e-sleek paper. So this is what it looks like. And it's got kind of like a texture on it. It's really nice. It really holds ink well and lots of good fountain pen colors. Why is it called 3 feet? I don't know. Like someone said, it's 3 feet high and rising, I guess. I don't really know. So this is my paper sample. If you think you have too many notebooks, just make a stack of paper samples. Because why not? I'm so obsessed with my calligraphy fountain pen. Nice, Forrest. It's really fun. Hey, Toby. Someone's trying to butter up the bot, Toby. Toby's asleep. 3 feet because that's how tall their paper fort is. Gotcha. I could, yeah, I could beat that. I'm sure you could beat that too. We can go much higher than 3 feet. This notebook is so convenient you want to keep one within 3 feet of you at all times. Really? Is that what we're doing here? Toby is e-sleek. He's not even flinching when I say his name. 3 feet is rookie numbers. True. That's funny. Well, I mean, it is a nice notebook, but that's a little aggressive. That's a little aggressive. Although my former junk pile up here, apparently everything I had up here was 3 feet. What's the oldest unused paper stationery you still own? What year or decade is it from? Oof. I probably have some Doan idea journals for sure that were back from my old IT job. I think I have at least one that's still in the wrapping. So that's at least a decade old. I'd have to think if I have anything more than that. All right, let's pick a winner. Dutch Bill off the schneid. Tries to chill. You tried to chill, then you won. All right, let's go, Dutch Bill. Let's go. What? See, now I'm going to have to send you some other stuff. That is an escape from the Zero Wins Club. Dutch Bill. Nice. Got him. See, now we're going to have to... yeah, he's in chat. So now we're going to have to, like, stealth in some other stuff in here. Try to hide it from customs. International styling. Let's go. I think you're going to like this paper. This is a really weird, unique paper. It'd be good for letters or journaling or maybe your sugar total. Cinema Stroopwafel. I think that's the other way around. Although I might have some of the little baby ones that Annabelle left me last time. Sending some naughty postcards. Now that would work. I'll have to see what I got. I'll just take it from your stash. All right, Dutch Bill, you tried to chill. No longer. Congratulations. Yeah, email me your shipping address when you get a chance. It might be Monday before I get these out. Sending an America Stroopwafel might be an act of war. True. Those are expensive notebooks, dude. These are going to be killer. Well, on the giveaways, we could get to mark them as gifts and put like almost like a no dollar value on there. Like 10. I usually do like gift $10. Something like that. All right. Nice. So let's get into this one. Where am I? Sam Robinson. Have you heard of the Me Plus brand of product clones? They keep coming up on Reddit. I've seen them. And they are aggressively, like, mimicking Plotter. Like, no shame in their game. Like, directly comparing themselves to Plotter. I don't know. I always question people who do it that way. But I haven't tried one, or I've just seen some pictures. So back to the original reason why I'm doing this. This is like your good meditative space, right? Where you're just like quiet and writing, and you don't have to think about what you're writing because you're copying, right? So you can just like kind of shut off your brain and just kind of go to town. So we're going to do this page, and we'll do another giveaway. And then we'll see where we're at. And you don't have to do like a whole page or 5 pages at a time. Yeah, just a few lines of paragraphs, like Kimberly's saying. Kimberly does lots of copying. If you can do like, you could do like a paragraph or a half a page. Like, you don't overshoot don't get mad. Don't make big goals and then feel like you're failing when you don't do enough. One sentence is fine. I mean, it's good to have goals. If you have time to have like a big goals, go for it. Just don't get frustrated. Just keep going. And take my own advice sometimes. Poetry is good for shorter attention span copying. Yep, exactly. And that's why I do song lyrics a lot. I could be done with this book if I was doing it in song lyrics. And then Tessa, I don't know if Tessa's still here. Tessa does like a little note card quotation every day. So I get myself intimidated with this project thinking too big, right? So you just got to think small. And then it just builds on itself. Okay, I have put myself in a weird writing position. I need to adjust. All right. Whew. I got through lockdown by starting a Discord server where we read things out loud in the voice chat. Holy crap, that's cool. A year of Sunday mornings to do Moby Dick. Should I read Moby Dick? I feel like that's a book I should read. Like, I probably read it in high school, but I don't remember anything about it. I know it has it's kind of almost like a two-parter, right? Or a... All right, Seaglyph. Yeah, I should read Moby Dick, right? My favorite. Yes, you should read Moby Dick. My favorite book, Moby Dick. Yeah. I have a few other books I need to get to, and then maybe I'll add that to the list. One of the things about classic books like that is how do you know which version to buy? Yeah, I think Moby Dick is somewhat divisive, just in scope, maybe. Folio edition of classics in the UK. Okay, yeah, like it's good if you have like a good like publisher that who does them right. All right, so I'm noticing my nib seems to be writing a little bit wider. It doesn't look like there's any fibers in here, but that is something I do check. I'm going to check it in just a second. This isn't a purely glossy page, so it can pick up fibers over time. So I'm going to check it out in just a second. Yeah, looks good. We'll give it a little clean. I don't think it really needs it though. This stream is making one of me to pick up Apothecaria again. So when you do, if you do brash gems, always do it over a piece of paper because it'll kind of flick. Maybe you need to sharpen your nib. Yeah, I would. This is about as wide as I'll go in this book. A stock Bach or Yovo fine. I do prefer the a little bit finer. Like you can see the difference here. Right. That's an extra fine Kaweco. Da, 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 da. When there's dialogue in books, it tends to go faster on the page. A lot more space. What are we talking about? I've lost what y'all are talking about. All right, so now I need to do this a little bit, I think. Moby Dick. I've put myself in a precarious situation with this book propped up. To do a copying project like this, would you recommend getting a notebook that has a lot of pages, or does it matter? I considered that when I chose this book. I'm gonna stop. I need to think about this. So here's what I did. I copied a page from the book onto an A5 page to see how many words I could get on a page, approximately. And then I looked up online how many words were in this book. And once I knew how many pages in a book I needed in the ballpark to fit this book into one notebook, is how I chose. Would you be surprised at all that I'm telling you this? Would you be surprised that that's how I decided on the size of the notebook? Because I kind of wanted to get this one all in one. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. Yeah, like if it takes part of a notebook or it takes 2.5 notebooks, it shouldn't matter. But I literally mathed it out as, as general as you could, right? Like you can't be that specific, but I knew approximately how many words I averaged. I knew how many words were in the book because Google. Or I guesstimated pages or something. I figured it out somehow, and then I then I mathed it out. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's scientific in that I worked hard at guesstimating it. Put it that way. I put in the work to guesstimate. Otherwise, I genuinely wouldn't care. It's up to you, however you want to do it. As it turns out, hang on one second. What I didn't realize before is that I'm pretty close to a 1-to-1 handwritten pages to book pages. So I just did page 88 here. I'm on page 90 in the book. So like I'm in the ballpark. Like if I do a smaller pen, like it'll like accordion back to like I'm almost like a 1-to-1 copying after all these pages. Well, I'm on page 89 here and I'm on page 90 in the book. Just turned to page 90, which that I didn't account for. Like I had no idea that would happen. So we're getting there, chat. Text. The sun is out. That's the calm after the storm. It's always so bright. What is the purpose of a pencil splicer? I'm not sure I know what a pencil splicer is. Oh, I'll have to look at that in a second. Janie Girl 28, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Caught me on a pretty quiet stream today, chilling and writing. Almost done though. All right. Got him. Whew. Let's see here. Using the well-appointed desk bookmark. Fire that in there. Good. I feel good about that. We'll get a couple more pages out. Good morning, MPO. We'll keep that one going. Do probably 2 more pages like that. Not today. Very nice. All right. Cool. Cool. Sheer curiosity, not asking for it. Could you read, write, speak the book aloud at the same time? Probably. Because I read way ahead of what I write, so I could probably read it. Read it and write it. I could try. Like I'm reading it in my head in advance, right? And then writing it. And then reading a chunk and then writing it. I'm trying not to go back and forth as much. So I don't know. I would say there's at least a chance I could do that. Based on how I'm already like putting the information in my brain, I could probably say it out loud too. All right, let's do another giveaway. Let's see if we got any more notebooks or what we got going here. Let's do another writing combo. More notebooks for y'all to play with. Another combo notebook giveaway. We got to get through some of these notebooks, chat. So we have one of the Pen Addict Kikuyo sketchbooks and this cool reporter's notebook. Kikuyo mini notes, Italian. Looks like graph paper. Let's see. I forget even where I got this, but I like the little leather cover. Cool little format. Oh yeah, graph paper. Hello. Fiorentina. Pretty cool. And then one of the Pen Addict sketchbooks that I made had Kikuyo make for me, which are pretty sick. So 2 little fun notebooks. Alright, giveaway is open! Exclamation point raffle. Anyone can enter, anyone can win. You don't have to be a follower, member, subscriber. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide, as seen by the previous winner. You must be present to win. You must email me your shipping address. Oh, I said raffle. It's waffle. I'm not fully trained yet. It's waffle. Exclamation point waffle. Exclamation point waffle. You say something for years, you get trained. It's not pancakes. What's the story about waffle? We were talking about exclamation point raffle for some reason, and then I had the alternate. Some people would say waffles, exclamation point waffles. So I just changed it one day, to my own detriment, probably. So I don't know, just something to change it up, have a little fun. So now the backup entry method is exclamation point pancake. Exclamation point pancake. Yes, also to make, that's what it was, SD Redneck. We were trying to eliminate the word raffle from my vocabulary in regards to St. Jude's. That's the real reason. Yes, y'all are right. Thank you. I was trying to eliminate the word raffle from my vocab. Why am I yawning, chat? I slept good last night. Haha, got him. Got him. I like the Setch books. They're really good. Waffles for St. Jude. We should do that. We're here to keep you honest and for your declining memory. I need both. Yes. I need both. Kept waking up, but not because of the storm. The new cat is a bed hog. Nice. Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? I don't know. I can pick the winner now that it's the entry period for waffling has officially ended. Let's see. Let's see. Did Ali Mal win? Let's see. Robert's Rules wins. Ali Mal did not win. Robert's Rules, you win. You win Les Notebooks. Congratulations. Whoa. That's you. All right, email me, hello@penaddict.com. Are you a first-time winner? Or like, I feel like second-time winner. Second-time winner? We'll see. Email me, hello@penaddict.com with your shipping address. And I'll get this shipped out to you. Maybe next week. Or Monday. Yeah, that's next week. Second, look at me. I don't know how I'll remember some of these things. All right, got him. Toby, we got him. Oh, sorry, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. My bad. My bad, he's sleeping. All right. I think that is a wrap today, chat. We got anyone we can... I don't want to wake him up. Brett, are you at all worried about the weather producing more hurricanes coming your way? Absolutely. How can you not be? I hope everyone's more worried about hurricanes and crazy weather actions. Let's see. Anyone we can raid today? I see Kiri's doing metal smithing. Asia the girl's working. Anyone else we want to go to? I think I might order a Rotring 500 in dark green today. Would be my first Rotring. The 600? Mike will be on at noonish. I can't quite hang that long. Was holding a hold with FEMA for an hour yesterday. Crazy. Can we see the Ben Franklin hairdo? No, because he's sleeping. I don't want to wake him. He'll get mad at me if I try to move him while he's asleep. Yeah, 500 because of the plastic barrel. I get that. Like, most of the pencils that I was talking about yesterday have the very plastic barrel metal grip. It's just a good feel. Now he's awake. Now he's awake. Well, you can't see him because he's squished down in his blanket. So you can't really get the full effect of the haircut. All right, I think we're just going to wrap it up here today. Chat, love y'all. Be good. Have a great day. We'll be back next week. Pretty normal week next week, hopefully. planning on it. So yeah, y'all be awesome. Thanks for hanging out. We need a Brad spinning stream.